A good deal is only defined as a good deal depending on who is buying it. What does it mean, good deal? It means that you have cash flow, capital appreciation, or both. What's the difference between easy and simple? Easy means you don't put any effort in. Simple means you just need to follow the strategy and the steps so it makes sense. Good timing is when you take action straight away.
Success is skill and what part is timing?
What part of success is skill and what part is timing? Okay, so skills can be learned. So any skills can be learned. When you're born, nobody is skilled, okay? Nobody has skills. So you just learn as you go. You start doing things before you're ready. Yeah? You start walking before you're ready. You start talking before you're ready. You start going on the bicycle before you're ready. So if you wait until you're ready, guess what? You're waiting forever. Okay? So do the things before you're ready, and that's timing. So the two things tied together. When you ask me the question, do you think it's more important timing or skills? Well, timing happens all the time. And a good timing is when you take action straight away. If you wait to be ready to invest in property, properties are going to be more expensive. Then you're going to pay extra, and then all that equity that grew into the property, that value that grew into the property, is not yours anymore. You're paying for it. But if you bought it before, that means you now have that extra value tax-free in your bank. So that's the thing, in your bank or in your property. It depends if you're releasing or not the equity. So timing is essential because you need to take action now. The skills you can learn along the way.
Okay, when you're talking about giving the students a deal, how do you know that you're making a good decision or you're passing on a good decision? Yeah, we only source deals and we only pass deals to my students that I will buy myself, unless it's a specific request from a specific student that is asking me for a particular property or property type or property strategy. But generally, I wouldn't pass absolutely a deal that I wouldn't buy myself. So for me, as soon as I walk into the property, I know exactly if it's a good deal or not. Now, good deal, what does it mean, good deal? Because there is a big misconception about good deal. Does it mean 25% below market value? No. It means that you have cash flow, capital appreciation, or both. Okay? So a good deal depends on investors. If the investors is looking for cash flow, which means more money in the bank, then even if the property is not increasing in value a lot or is going a bit slower than the city center, it's still a good deal for them because they're changing their lifestyle because they have more money every month. Okay. Maybe another investor doesn't want cash flow, they want capital appreciation. For example, in London you get a bigger capital appreciation than cash flow because you pay a lot more, your mortgage is higher, the rent is kind of similar to the mortgage more or less, so there's not much cash flow there, but they are investing for the future when they sell the property because the property is going to grow in value. So a good deal is only defined as a good deal depending on who is buying it. But in general terms, I will only pass deals that I will buy myself. Okay, and is property investing harder than people admit?
Property investing harder. Property investing is not hard at all. No, it's not harder than people think. It's way easier than people think.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's simple. What's the difference between easy and simple? Easy means you don't put any effort in. Simple means you just need to follow the strategy and the steps so it makes sense. Mm-hmm. So property investing is simple, but it's not easy. Mm-hmm. And then to make it easy, you need to leverage. You need to delegate. That's how you make it easy as well.
Who shouldn't get into property but flip it as in everybody should, or like everybody can? No. Actually, let me answer this honestly. Okay, so who shouldn't get into property?
Okay, let's flip this one because you asked me everybody should invest in property. The answer is no, not everybody should invest in property because not everybody is willing to take that kind of responsibility. It's not a risk, it's a responsibility. It's like a business. Not everybody wants to have a business. Most people want to have a job. So you have a big percentage of people having a job and a smaller percentage of people that create a business so that these people can have a job. Yeah, they're all connected, but you can't have all business owners because then you don't have anybody doing the business. So you need a balance of the two because that's what fits people. People want a specific things in their life. Maybe they want a 9-to-5 job, you just close the laptop, they go home, and then they relax. That's all they want. While business owners, they never stop. But they make a lot more money, they make a lot of impact, and they can create more jobs for the other people. So there's no right or wrong, it's just preference. But no, the answer is not everybody should invest in property, only if they're committed to make a change. But if they're not committed to make a change, don't bother. I might be controversial on this. I know that because it would be easier for me to say, yeah, property is for everybody. Property is for everybody, but only if they are committed to make a change, not just to their lives, but also to the lives of the people that are going to live in the property and the people surrounding them. So it's really important they have good values when they start a property business.
Okay, and to finish off, do you think confidence in property is earned or trained?
Confidence is a skill, so it's definitely trained. You can get more confident by doing stuff. The bicycle example is the same. You start on the bicycle, you're not confident at all. Then as you fall off the bicycle and then you start again, then you become more confident. And so is the driving license. When you drive a car, you start to learn, you're not confident at all. It's a new skill that you need to learn. Once you learn it, then you're more confident and you can do more. It's unbelievable how brain works. You might think this is impossible, like me with a marathon. 42 kilometers for me was like, one day I might do it in another life. And I couldn't even run, couch to 5K. I couldn't even run 5K. In actual fact, I couldn't even run 200 meters. I still remember when I tried to run 200 meters, I was like almost dying there. But for me, the confidence became bigger and bigger as I did a 5K, then a 10K, then a 21K, a half marathon, and then finally achieved the 42 kilometers, the full marathon. Now, when I do the 42 kilometers, what do you think my brain is going to tell me? You can do it again. So the confidence shifts completely because you've done it already. Thank you so much for these quick fire questions. If you have more questions, just put them in the comment below because I'm more than happy to cover your questions in the next videos. We can even put a screenshot of your questions on top of the video and I'm going to answer them straight away. My name is Dr. Giuseppe Paladini. I'm the founder of Stepping Bricks and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye for now.